Do a barrel roll.
Welcome to The Know. I'm Brian.
I'm Ben.
No Man's Sky has been through a lot since it released almost 2 years ago, but it sounds like the development team behind the game has been through a lot more.
You might remember that hype for the game reached almost unheard of levels back in 2016, with players thinking they were going to get to explore a vast, procedurally generated universe with their friends.
But then when the game finally released, it left something to be desired. Lots of people tried the game out. Some people liked it, but many felt like there just wasn't that much to do.
Which led to a lot of backlash and tons of media coverage asking if the game was the biggest flop of all time. And full disclosure, we definitely did our share of No Man's Sky's videos back in the day.
But how bad did it get at the offices of Hello Games? That's the UK-based developer that made it. How bad did it get back when the backlash was in full effect?
Well, according to game's creator Sean Murray, pretty bad.
Yeah, real bad. He's talking to the press again after not doing so for nearly 2 years, and in those interviews, it sounds like things got pretty crazy. Internet anger over the game spilled out over into the real world, with the developer receiving death threats, bomb threats, other harassment directed at people who worked at the studio.
It's one of the really nasty sides of game development. While lots of gamers feel passionate about their hobby, there's no doubt that some take it way, way too far. Guys, bomb threats, no.
Not good.
Doesn't need to be done.
No.
And the developers of No Man's Sky definitely found themselves on the receiving end of a lot of hate.
In an interview with The Guardian, Murray said that the weeks after the game's release were really dark, and he also talked about his own failures in communication that helped the hype for No Man's Sky spin out of control.
He told The Guardian, "The internet is really good at knowing when somebody has made a mistake. It's not necessarily the best at determining the most appropriate response, but it's really good at knowing when somebody has messed something up. We definitely messed up a whole bunch of communication. I've never liked talking to the press. I didn't enjoy it when I had to do it, and when I did it, I was naive and overly excited about my game. There are a lot of things around launch that I regret or that I would do differently."
As for the game itself, he said that his small studio was under a ton of pressure back in 2016 to put it out in the lead up to the launch and to make those deadlines. He told The Guardian, "In the lead up to launch, oh my god, I would have chopped off my own arm to have more time."
It finally did launch, and to be fair, some critics did like No Man's Sky, even if it was pretty bare. And the game has had a devoted community since that has stuck with it, like day one. Yeah, they've been around, and they've loved it.
They've hung in there.
Its subreddit has nearly 140,000 members, which is an indication that people do still like the game.
But a ton of others didn't, saying it was incomplete. They accused Murray and Hello Games of not living up to their promises, and that is when all hell broke loose.
Apparently, the harassment was so bad that the UK-based studio was in regular contact with the local police, as well as investigators at Scotland Yard.
In a really chilling quote, Murray said, "There's a smorgasbord of things that the angry mob can do. It is a crowdsourced thing of how bad you can make someone's life."
Yikes. And apparently that fan anger extended to the tiniest details about the game.
Yeah, this quote was crazy. Murray said, "I remember getting a death threat about the fact that there were butterflies in our original trailer, and you could see them as you walked past them, but there weren't any butterflies in the launch game. I remember thinking to myself, maybe when you're sending a death threat about butterflies in a game, you might be the bad guy." And he's right. You should get your fucking priorities in order.
Come on, over butterflies?
No, I'm not going to kill anybody over butterflies.
Sadly, this is something that we've seen all too much over the years, from developers to game journalists and just commentators.
The director of Overwatch, Jeff Kaplan, said last year that some disgruntled Overwatch players were sending death threats to the game's staff. Same for the team behind Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Calling it now, next hero for Overwatch is going to be butterfly themed. Jim Sterling even got a death threat over a Jimquisition video he made about Dynasty Warriors 9.
Man, they should have put butterflies in that game, I guess. Over Dynasty Warriors?
Yeah,
Really?
Dynasty Warriors.
Come on. As for Murray, to his credit, despite all the negative attention and literal death threats, he put his head down, got to work.
As he told Eurogamer, people ask what we did, and I don't think we did anything particularly good or clever. So I did what I did when I was a kid, when I was getting shit at school, or when I've had shitty bosses. I threw myself into work, and I made games.
That's what they did, and there's no doubt that No Man's Sky has improved by leaps and bounds.
So props to them, that's awesome.
Big time.
You know, when you know there's a problem, dive headfirst into it and get it done.
Hold on, I can't take this death threat right now. I'm working on a game.
I'm working on butterflies.
Yeah.
Since the launch, his team has continued to update the game with big content patches, culminating with the big next update that's launching on July 24th, and will finally add proper multiplayer to the game.
It looks really sweet.
It looks pretty cool.
That trailer is badass. Murray told Eurogamer, the major features are things we've always wanted to add, but a lot of the stuff is coming from the community. We're listening to them, not in a touchy-feely way, in a pure stats way. How do we solve this problem they're having? That's our methodology and has been since launch.
The game has definitely come a long way in the last 2 years. Now you can build bases, drive around planets and vehicles, and soon you'll be able to play with your friends 4 at a time. You can, and your friends can also serve as a crew on a freighter together or colonize an entire planet.
Yeah, so while the story, it has a happy ending, this is definitely something no developer should have to go through. As for Murray, he likes to dwell on the positive.
The other day, he tweeted a clip of a Discord channel reacting to the No Man's Sky's next trailer, and it's really cool to listen to. People were yelling and screaming with delight as the trailer showed off how far the game has come.
Murray wrote, if you make games, it's for moments like this. So that's nice. Like
Yeah.
a nice, that's what he should be hearing, not I'm gonna blow up your studio.
It's always nice to have a happy ending like that, and to see reactions from fans that are genuine.
Big time.
What do you guys think of all the improvements that Murray made to No Man's Sky? Are you planning to pick it back up? Let us know in the comments.
And for all your gaming news, be sure to like this video. If you're new around here, subscribe to the know.
All right, you guys gonna play No Man's Sky again?
I'm gonna try it.
I might
like
actually,
it.
I might pick up the game. I have no idea about anything with No Man's Sky. I've barely touched the
I
game.
already own it. It's
New trailer looks cool.
Gus said like I already own it, so it's like
Yeah, why not?
yeah. In the lead up to launch, oh my god, I would have chopped my own arm